Mobility is the most distinctive characteristic of cavalry and is its greatest asset. Therefore, cavalry habitually moves mounted. However, its principal fire weapons are designed for dismounted use. Before resorting to dismounted action, the cavalry leader should use his horses to carry his command as far forward as practicable. Protected by a covering force, the troops are moved to a covered position from which to initiate the dismounted attack. Going from mounted to dismounted action is a deliberate movement. It should be done rapidly, but is not intended as a recourse in case of surprise. Large cavalry units should never be surprised at close quarters. Small units, when surprised, should stay mounted. In dismounting to fight on foot, the horses may be left mobile or immobile. When the horses are mobile, 3 troopers dismount from each set of 4s. The 4th trooper remains mounted to lead the horses of his set of 4s. The light machine gun platoon dismounts and prepares for dismounted action. 1 squad of 2 light machine guns is attached to each rifle platoon. A set of 4s of a rifle squad dismounts to fight on foot, leaving the horses mobile. The leader gives the signal. Numbers 1, 2, and 3 dismount. Numbers 1 and 2 secure both reins behind the pommel by crossing the left stirrup over the horse's withers. Number 3 secures only his curb rein, passing his snaffle rein to number 4. Using the link strap, number 1 links his horse to that of number 2. Number 2 links his to that of number 3. Rifles are removed from the boots. When the link strap is not worn, the led horses of numbers 1 and 2 may be secured by fastening the snaffle rein to the halter ring of the next horse. The led horses of the set of 4s may now be moved as desired. Upon dismounting to fight on foot, the platoon commander and the platoon sergeant move quickly to the place where the dismounted platoon is to form. The platoon forms in column of 3s. The sergeant, file closer, is in charge of the led horses. When it is not necessary to have the led horses of the platoon held mobile, they may be left immobile, in which case practically the entire platoon is available for dismounted action. By linking in couples, the horses may be secured immobile, permitting the unit to utilize its maximum firepower. A set of 4s linked in couples. The troopers open out. The odd numbers ride forward and turn left about. Number 1 faces number 2. Number 3 faces number 4. All dismount. Each odd-numbered trooper leads his horse along the off side of the horse of the trooper which he faces. Each horse is then secured by linking to the cantle ring of the other horse. Incomplete 2s or individuals out of ranks link to the nearest couple. The horses of the platoon are left with 1 or 2 men in charge. Normally, the animals are well dispersed. The horses may be secured immobile by circling. In this method, each horse is secured by the halter shank or the link strap to the horse on the immediate left. 1 man remains in charge. The light machine gun squad dismounts to fight on foot in a manner similar to that of the rifle squad. Led horses are secured by the link strap and led by the horse holder of each gun crew. The gunner of each gun crew, after dismounting, links his horse to his pack horse and takes the light machine gun. The carrier turns his reins over to the horse holder of his gun crew and unpacks the ammunition. In each gun crew, he is available to carry ammunition from the pack horse to the gun. The horses are mobile and are moved to cover under the direction of the platoon leader. The rifle platoon, dismounted, moves forward to the firefight in small columns. Note the light machine gun squad breaking up into 2 gun crews. A gun crew is assigned to and joins each flank squad of the platoon. A red squadron is known to be a few miles north of Randolph. The 1st Squadron, 1st Blue Cavalry, is directed to cross the international boundary upon the outbreak of war with the Reds and to cover the advance of the 1st Division, which is to invade Red territory. The point of the advance guard moves by bounds. It is preceding the advance party by 300 to 600 yards. The advance party consists of a rifle platoon with its light machine gun squad attached. Behind the advance party is the main body of the squadron. The squadron mission is an aggressive one, and contact with the enemy is expected shortly. The march continues. Covered by the advance guard platoon, the squadron is approaching the crossroad north of Lusk. The blue point advances on another bound from cover afforded by a ridge. Approaching the next crest, the leading troopers are surprised by heavy fire from the front. They dash for the cover afforded by the roadbed. The volume of fire indicates serious resistance. The point is directed to assemble near its last objective. Accordingly, they gallop for cover behind the ridge, which they have just left. Cover having been gained, the squad leader assembles his squad just off the road. He sends one man to inform the advance guard commander of the situation. The corporal gives the command to fight on foot. The squad dismounts, prepared to open the firefight with the Reds and to cover the head of the approaching blue squadron. Before committing his squad to action, the corporal crawls to the top of the ridge and makes a brief reconnaissance, after which he drops back to his squad. He commands range 700 yards. On the ridge to our front, about one platoon dismounted with machine guns. Cover the whole target. Follow me. The led horses held mobile are close by. Horse holders keep a sharp lookout to the front and flanks. Meanwhile, the advance party hears the firing to the front. The messenger from the point arrives. He tells the advance guard commander of the situation forward. The advance guard commander directs the platoon sergeant as follows. Lead the advance party forward at a trot to cover behind the ridge now held by the point. I am going on up to the point for reconnaissance. He then gallops forward with his orderly and the messenger. The advance party moves out at a trot. Arriving at the cover of the ridge, the advance guard commander dismounts at the location of the point's led horses. He turns his horse over to his orderly and hurries to the top of the ridge. Here he finds the corporal of the point. Together they go over the situation, noting the hostile dispositions and the terrain. Meanwhile, the advance party arrives. It is halted by the platoon sergeant, ready for action, mounted or dismounted. Having decided on dismounted action to cover the movement of the blue main body, the advance guard commander returns to his platoon and commands fight on foot. The platoon dismounts, leaving the horses mobile. Due to the good cover, the led horses are left in their present position. The light machine gun squad, having dismounted, breaks up into gun crews, each crew joining its rifle squad. The lieutenant directs his orderly to inform the squadron commander of the situation. He then assembles his squad leaders and issues his orders. About one red platoon on the ridge to our front. It is probably the advance guard of the Red Cavalry, which is reported close by. We will hold this ridge by fire, prepared to attack in conjunction with the squadron. Range 700 yards. Each squad cover the entire target. Second squad on the right of the point. Third squad on the left of the point. Second and third squads protect the right and left flanks respectively by two-man combat patrols well out to the flanks. Open fire when ready. Led horses remain where they are. I will be near the center squad. Returning to their squads, each squad leader repeats the orders and checks the sight setting, range 700 yards. The squads are then deployed in rear of the crest. They advance in thin lines to their positions, a few troopers at a time with wide intervals. Combat patrols move out to the flanks. The advance guard has now built up its firing line. Both light machine guns are in action with the flank rifle squads. Squad leaders observe the fire effect and the discipline of their squads. The lieutenant continues his observation of the red line. He studies the effect of the fire of his platoon. His advance guard is now covering effectively the advance of the main body of the squadron, which is moving up at a trot. By holding the ridge, he is in a favorable position to support the attack of the squadron when it arrives.